Welcome to Mindset, Meditate and Manifest with Ruthie Baker, the podcast that gives you the tools to rewire your mind, raise your vibe and manifest your best life. Whether you're here for a guided meditation, an EFT tapping session or a mindset boost, you're in the right place. If you're ready to calm your mind and show up for the life you're meant to live, make sure you hit subscribe and let's get started.
Hello, it's Ruthie Baker here, and this week we're going to be looking at Face Your Fears. They're not as scary as they look in the dark. And I thought we'd do this because we're coming up to Halloween, so it's a pretty good time of year to spend time thinking about our fears and why we have them. But before we begin, please listen carefully to this important message. Please do not listen to this guided meditation while driving, operating machinery, or at any time when your full conscious awareness is required. By listening, you accept full responsibility for your own well-being. And with that said, if you're in a safe, comfortable place and ready to relax, let's begin. You know, fear is a funny old thing. It's one of those emotions we all share, and yet most of us like to pretend we've outgrown it. But fear is ancient, older than reason, older than language. It's that deep, instinctive whisper that says, "Careful now, something's different here." It's the reason your ancestors survived long enough to become, well, you. And yet, here we are in the 21st century, afraid of things that can't actually eat us, like public speaking, rejection, change, or even success. We've turned saber-toothed tigers into unread emails and awkward conversations. And here's the strange thing. Sometimes we actually enjoy fear. Ever notice that? Halloween rolls around and suddenly you're paying good money to be scared. We watch those old Hammer House of horror films. Do you remember those? The ones with melodramatic lighting and Dracula's cloak sweeping across the screen. And something in us delights in the fear. Because deep down, we know it's safe. We know the lights will come back on and we know that the popcorn is waiting. It's a bit like saying to fear, okay, you can come out and play, but only for a couple of hours. So fear itself isn't the villain. It's just the body's security system doing its job. Maybe a bit too enthusiastically, I'll grant you at times. Its purpose is to keep us safe, to make sure we don't wander into danger. But sometimes that alarm goes off when all we've done is step outside of our comfort zone. And if we keep letting fear press every button in our life, we never get to explore the rooms beyond the familiar ones. So today's journey isn't about eliminating fear. It's about renegotiating your relationship to it, letting fear take its proper seat, not at the head of the table, just somewhere off to the side where you can hear its advice without handing it the keys to your life. And for the record, I'll admit something. I'm afraid of rats, really afraid of rats. Always have been. And honestly, I'm fine with that. I've decided to keep that fear because I can't think of a single moment in my life where I want to get close up and personal with a rat. We all have our fears. Some are worth keeping because they protect our boundaries, but others, the ones that keep us small, that whisper, "Don't even try," those are the ones we can gently retrain. And that's what we'll do now. So if you haven't already, get comfortable and let your body settle into whatever supports you. A chair, a bed, a cozy sofa. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw loosen, and now take a slow, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, feel the weight of the day begin to drift away. You don't have to make anything happen. Just allow each breath to soften you. Like exhaling all of the shoulds and the what ifs. And again, a gentle breath in and a smooth, easy breath out. That's right. Just notice the rhythm of your breathing, the gentle rise and fall. As if your body already knows what to do to bring you back to calm. And with every breath, you might imagine the tension flowing down and out through your body, from your forehead to your eyes, from your jaw to your shoulders, from your chest to your stomach, right down to your legs, through your feet, and into the floor beneath you. It's as if the earth knows how to recycle whatever you don't need to carry anymore. And somewhere in this calm, safe place, you might begin to imagine a doorway. An old wooden door, perhaps, the kind you'd see in a slightly spooky film. Except this one feels friendly. It's the doorway between the known and the possible. When you're ready, you can step through the doorway in your mind. On the other side, you find yourself in a space filled with soft, shining light. Neither dark nor bright, just right. And in this place, your mind feels more open, your imagination more alive, your sense of curiosity gently awakened. Now, I'd like you to think of a fear you carry, something small, manageable, not the heaviest one, just one that tends to pop up now and again. Let it drift into your awareness like a scene from a film. You're in the audience watching from a safe distance. And notice how it shows itself, perhaps as an image, a feeling, or even a sound. And as you observe it, realize that you are not the fear. You are the one who sees it. You are the director, not the actor caught in the scene. From this place of calm observation, you might notice that fear has shape and texture, maybe even a personality. Sometimes it tries to look big and dramatic, like a shadow on the wall. But when you bring light to it, you see it's often much smaller than it pretended to be. Isn't it funny how the mind does that? It magnifies things in the dark, and the moment you switch on awareness, they shrink right back down to size. And that's the trick, really, not to banish fear, but to bring light to it. You might even thank it. Say, I see you, I get what you're trying to do, and I'll take it from here. Now imagine you could take that feeling of fear and hold it gently in your hands, like mist. You can look at it, feel its edges, and notice it starting to change. Maybe the colour softens, maybe the texture becomes lighter, perhaps it even starts to sparkle. Because underneath fears, there's often energy, pure life energy, that just wants direction. You can take that same energy and breathe into it confidence, curiosity, or courage. As you breathe in now, imagine that alchemy happening. The body remembering this is what courage feels like. Courage doesn't erase fear, it moves with it. It says, come along if you must, but I'm leading today. And perhaps you notice something wonderful. The more you breathe, the more that old fear seems to fade into the background, like a faint echo of an old movie that no longer frightens you. What once felt dark now feels strangely neutral, maybe even peaceful. And now imagine a future version of yourself, perhaps a few days or weeks from now, encountering a moment that once triggered that fear. See yourself responding differently. Steady breath, shoulders relaxed, maybe even a hint of a smile. You handle it with ease, and the old pattern simply doesn't grip you in the same way. You might hear yourself thinking, that used to bother me, but not anymore. And that future you nods in agreement, grateful for the courage and calm that you've cultivated right here and right now. Take a deep breath and let that version of you merge gently back into the present, so that confidence, that ease becomes part of who you are. Not something to strive for, but something that feels natural. Because you are already whole, you were never broken. You were just learning how to turn on the light in the dark. And as this journey begins to draw to a close, you can bring with you a quiet knowing that fear doesn't have to vanish, it simply needs to know its place. Now take a moment to notice your breathing again, smooth, calm, steady. And in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 10, and with each number, you'll feel yourself returning to the room, alert, refreshed and calm, and quietly confident. 1, feeling gentle movement returning to your fingers and toes. 2, awareness spreading through your body. 3, a little more alert with each breath, bringing back the feeling of calm confidence. 5, halfway now, mind and body re-energizing. 6, perhaps a soft smile on your lips. And 7, shoulders loose, eyes ready to open soon. 8, remembering where you are and what's around you. 9, eyes beginning to flutter open, eyes opening, and 10, fully alert, fully present, feeling clear, grounded, and ready to rise and free. And you did beautifully. You see, fear isn't as scary as it looks in the dark, especially once you realise, actually, you always had the light switch. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you've enjoyed this guided meditation and that it's helped you see fear in a gentler light. If you'd like to explore this topic more deeply, you'll find a link in the accompanying blog in the show notes. Do give it a read. And while you're there, I'd love for you to join my newsletter community. It's where I share more soulful tools, mindset shifts, and little moments of inspiration to keep you aligned and uplifted and occasionally amused. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the choice to keep moving anyway. Take care, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Thanks for joining Mindset, Meditate and Manifest with Ruthie Baker. If today's session helped you shift your energy or sparked a new perspective, please subscribe, share the episode and leave a 5-star review. It really helps more people find this space. Until next time, stay aligned, stay inspired and keep showing up for the life you're ready to create.